The Border Management Authority says it is confident that the technology advances introduced at the Maseru border post will assist to curb illegal crossings into the country. The authority has introduced the usage of drones in an effort to gain intelligence at vulnerable areas used as illegal points of entry. Now, the authority reports that Lesotho nationals are the most intercepted group for illegal migration into South Africa. The BMA's Commissioner, Dr. Masiapato, conducted an inspection in loco at the border to ensure readiness for the festive season.
The Border Management Authority has just completed its walkabout here at the Maseru border post, where it came to inspect whether the port is ready for the influx of people who will be traveling between Lesotho and South Africa. We are expecting that a lot of people will, from today, as it is Friday and there's a festival happening in Lesotho over the weekend, that there will be a lot of people who will be traveling from South Africa into Lesotho. But I just want to bring in at this point our colleague Rapelang Khadepe, who is actually the Lesotho correspondent and has been covering quite a number of years this area of Lesotho and the border. And of course, you will know what is likely to happen. There's a festival happening. It's Christmas as well. So there's going to be a lot of people coming into Lesotho at this point. Just talk to us what should be expected, and from judging from the walkabout and the report that has been given to the Commissioner, do you think that they are ready for the numbers that will be crossing this border?
Absolutely, and thank you very much. What I like is that I think with the introduction of the border management, they are scientific driven. If you hear him speak, he talks about the numbers, 80,000 processed until so far. That means it gives them an insight as to what they should do. Now, sometimes the variation would be activities like the upcoming Lesotho Festival tourism, which will suddenly blow up the numbers beyond expectations, which will be happening tomorrow. Now, you can see that they are almost ready. They have anticipated that it will take place. But the second interesting issue is people who mostly get frustrated are people who use the border on daily basis. People like ourselves, you cross every day, and when they are occasions like Christmas and festivities like this one, they get seriously frustrated. But what the intervention that has been done is that in consultation with those business people, they have devised a strategy that there's a priority window, that those people, they have stickers, it's on a pilot phase, but it allows them to sort of skip the line and go to that priority. It also caters for people who are your 65s, your diplomats, and other people. They can also exercise their discretion. So I'm saying this kind of intervention help us solve this kind of issues that can frustrate people beyond control as the festivities take place.
The Commissioner also spoke about the drones that they have. One of the drones that the BMA actually has is here at the Maseru border post, and it's sounds like it's helping them, in terms of crime prevention as well. Just talk to us about a time when they were not using this particular type of technology, and what the difference it has brought now that they have introduced technology.
Very interesting one, because people who use this kind of border are very smart. We used to have what they call dirurubele, and these are guys who knows how to manipulate the system. They know when the guards are there, they know which aces are porous. But with the introduction of technology, it has significantly dropped that. So it says this kind of interventions, you can exactly even record who's crossing. You can even detect when there's a vehicle around that particular area. It makes their job a lot easier. We hope these interventions can actually help deter people, because it's very dangerous. Like now, if you look at the river, it's at its best, I think. So anyone who tries, it's much better to come to the border and be processed at the border than to lose your life and your loved ones.
You have been covering this area for quite a number of years, and of course we know that there's a lot of illegal crossing, using the river, using the mountains as well. We were told by Free State Agriculture that there isn't really a physical fence, between the two countries, and that is why perhaps, they will say that the borders are porous, because there are areas that are, they said they identified 64 illegal points where Lesotho nationals are crossing into the country. With your experience, is there a way that the BMA can actually curb that, to ensure that those illegal points are covered or patrolled?
That is very true. I've covered the border. Look, our worst was during COVID, where all your systems were non-functional. You literally had to learn from something that you don't know. But interestingly, I think it's more of a political issue, because as long as there are those pushing factors, people will do anything to try and find ways to eat. And I'm saying for a situation of Lesotho, it's a very unique kind of a situation where you have a country which is completely surrounded by another country. And we're saying politically, I think the intervention should be that it's better to process those people, document them such that it's easy to isolate, because if you treat it as just another country, you will have these problems consistently. And I'm saying, I think what BMA is doing, approaching it scientifically to try and see who the risk is and people who are not a threat to South Africa, such that they can be processed differently. I think the more they learn and they base themselves not on emotions but on scientific background, they will go a long way.